Okay, so we'll get started. Hello and welcome to the Retail Design Institute's first town hall. I'm Cynthia Hirsch, International President. Thank you for joining us. Today we invite you to our table where you will collaborate and talk about the future of the Retail Design Institute. You will be able to join us live on screen to ask your questions by raising your hand towards the end of the session. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce Janet Graber, Administrator and Guru for the Institute. Janet, say hello.
Hello, everybody. Good to be with you.
And Lindsay Henningfeld, our Vice President.
Thanks for the introduction and hello. I'm excited to be here with you today at our very first town hall. Hey, Cynthia, can you start us off with a review of last year's happenings?
Sure. So as we all know, last year, lockdown began for the country and most of the world in March of 2020. So all in-person meetings and events were put on hold, and the Institute had to go virtual. Like so many, it was a bit of a learning curve for us, but we did get through it. Chapter meetings have continued via Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and various other methods. The international body went in search of content to improve our offerings for our members. At the same time, our board of directors voted to give all of our members a dues holiday, and new members were welcomed at no charge, and that is still taking place until the 31st of this month. We gained over 300 new members during this time. From trade members to professional members, educators to students, every one of our chapters received new members. I'd like to thank all of our chapter leaders and boards for helping to push the effort to grow the Institute. Your efforts have not gone undone. Also in the past year, we stepped it up a little bit and decided to, look at what we could do to help you. We created committees in the areas of career building, mentorship, membership development, diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as communications to help our members navigate the new normal. Continuing education credit programs have been occurring on a monthly basis, with the next one taking place tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Time. I'd like to also extend a thanks to all of our committee leaders. They've been doing a fabulous job communicating out to you, coming up with some really great programming that should be adding some value to your membership. Hey, Janet, want to give us an update on the 50th International Design Competition?
Absolutely. That was really a wild card. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't predict anything. We just left it as, well, let's see what we can get. So we went through our regular promotional campaign, and this year we added a lot of social media. So we're about even with last year. And that's pretty exciting because, again, we didn't know what to expect. So mostly members submitted work, but we did find that we still have a lot of non-members submitting. And that's exciting because maybe one day they'll become a member. And also, just to let you know, we're on schedule to start the scoring and judging of these projects, and we should know our winners in about another month from now. So I was mentioning members joining and entering projects. That makes me wonder how we're doing with our renewal campaign that's only been kicked off for a couple of days now. Lindsay, got some thoughts?
Yeah. Thanks, Janet. As of this past Saturday, the renewal campaign began. Members have been given an online code to save 20% on their 21 to 22 dues, but they have the option to share some love and renew at the regular rate. Those who do will be entered into a drawing to win a 1-year dues-free extension. That's per chapter. 2 things to note. If you haven't received your email yet, don't worry, it's on the way. And 2, if you've previously set up auto renewals, that had to be deactivated last year. So make sure to go ahead and reactivate that upon your renewal. Some other fun things, what to expect for the coming 2021-22 membership year. Keyword is more international events, more local chapter events, and in-person gatherings as local and state mandates allow, and more hybrid events. And speaking of hybrid events, many chapters and the international team are looking for tech-savvy members to help us best deliver digitally. If that's you or someone you know, please reach out. We need you. And that said, going forward, most virtual events will be held at no charge for current members, but non-members will be asked to pay for all events. The chapter president's meeting reveals that there are plans on the table for in-person events coming soon. Charlotte had a very successful Earth Day event. Atlanta Southeast has begun a series of interviews with longtime members. There have been many educational events, including Southern California's deep dive into LinkedIn, New York's exploration of luxury retail of today, and Toronto's virtual tour of the new Rolling Stones flagship store, just to name a few. The St. Louis, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Atlanta Southeast chapters stretch their creativity with virtual bartending events too, by sending participants gift cards and themed cocktail kits. Thanks again to all the chapters and boards. We can't wait to see what you come up with next. What else do we have in store for this year, Cynthia?
Well, Lindsay, we plan to continue to grow our membership. Even though times are tough, we feel that our industry needs one another more than ever, and we plan to help with that. With that, we're looking for more ways to show you the value in being a paid member of the Institute. So we value your input on what you feel we can do to better serve you. One of those ways I would like to tell people to look for monthly new member orientations. So if you are thinking about joining the Institute and becoming a new member, we're going to hold orientations at the end of the month virtually, so we can show you how to access all of the website's tools for networking and educational opportunities. Lastly, we've been listening. We sent out an email, we asked your thoughts, we asked your opinions, because it is important to us that you as members are feeling and seeing the value. So according to our recent member survey, only 10% of members took advantage of programming at the chapter or international level. However, members in the survey were very explicit in what they wanted by means of content coming from both international and your local chapters. All of the information from the surveys on what you, the member, are looking for have been shared with your chapter leaders, or will be shared with your chapter leaders shortly, so that we can continue to provide you with the content that you find valuable. We're also looking to create quarterly roundtable events where you can join on screen with peers from within the industry and discuss things that are troubling you, or that you have successes with, how you became successful. Topics include permitting, finding new resources and materials as the industry is dealing with shortages, more networking opportunity, and sharing helpful ideas with one another. We intend to continue to tap into and leverage our community of world-class global leader members. We want to serve not only members, but our industry as thought leaders. By the way, we truly did love getting all of the feedback, and we welcome you to keep sending that feedback. Even if the survey has ended or you answered the survey but now have new ideas, please don't hesitate to email info@retaildesigninstitute.org and share your thoughts and ideas with us. Or better yet, get involved. There are opportunities at both the chapter level and the international level to become more involved with the Institute and the future of the Institute. So with that, I'd like to open it up to questions from our attendees. Please raise your hand if you have questions, and we will bring you on screen to chat. Anybody? I know somebody's got a question. It doesn't necessarily have to be a question either. If you just wanted to chat about what's been going on in the industry, within the Institute, things you liked, things you didn't like, those are the types of conversations that we're looking to have with you today. So, you know, feel free to raise your hand. Oh, I see a hand has gone up. Hello, Ken. How are you?
Good. Good afternoon, Cynthia and Lindsay and Janet. It's good to see all of you beautiful ladies, and appreciate your diligence in maintaining RDI during a challenging year. Having served and worked with RDI for many years, as Paul Pizzini and I recently said, we're the Designosaurus rambling along and thinking about what to do next. And actually just last week, I was reading an article in Wall Street Journal about what would be happening this year after a year of the pandemic, and how critical it was going to be for particularly the young professionals to change the way they were doing business and to reconnect physically, to build networks, to work on elevator speeches, to seek out mentoring. And it seemed like all of these things would be great opportunities for RDI to reach young professionals and to learn how we can transition into new challenges for the design retail world. Just wanted to offer that up. If you have a chance, there's a great article about this in Wall Street Journal last week, and it offered some great tips on what millennials are looking for now to get jobs. And it's not about internet anymore. It's about personal networking and contact. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a great opportunity to do that through chapters and international connections. So that was just a few thoughts, and keep up the good work.
Well, thank you very much, Ken. So we do recognize the needs of the younger professionals within our industry. Several of our chapters have done mentoring events where the students come online and they show their portfolios and get some much needed constructive criticism, which, you know, is really valuable for them coming out of school. So many of the events that took place throughout the industry that were geared at helping our young professionals and students coming out of college to network and find jobs have all been put on hold. So, you know, being able to do these mentoring sessions virtually has really been key. And I know our mentorship and development committee is working hard to be bringing more content soon, especially as you know, the new semester and the new year starts to unfold. So keep an eye out. There will definitely be more. Lindsay, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
I will add that that's such a great call out, and it's so pertinent. I know some chapters are receiving information or requests from students seeking mentors. So if that's another call to action for you members, if mentorship is something you're interested, let your chapter presidents know that you're willing and interested, because that makes it that much easier to make that connection when we have a student with a thesis that we need to pair them with someone.
Indeed, I've worked with a number of different nonprofit groups, and it's always more rewarding to those who reach out and serve and come back with just great connections and good relationship building. And I think that's one of the other keys, is working on relationship, physical development, because that's really how you grow both in your career and in your professional outreach.
Absolutely. And that's one of the main things that this institute was founded on. I see that we have another question. Ken, thank you so much. Your input was valuable, and thank you for being the first one to volunteer to come on screen with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken.
Okay, we should have Judy coming on. Hi, Judy.
Okay, here I am. Hi.
So good to see you.
So it's so great to see everybody. So I just joined RDI last year. And so I don't know all the details of everything besides some of the local events that I've gone to in the past. But is there a student membership also?
There is. So we do offer student membership, and it is $25 per year for students, Janet.
Wow.
So it is there, and it is at a lower rate, and that is to encourage the future of our industry to join,
Right.
to come on and network while they're still in school, and again, be able to participate in our mentoring programs and so forth.
Okay. I've been, my newest edition of my textbook is going to come out April of 2022. So I'm just finishing that up. So I've been getting requests to speak at some of the colleges here, U of M, St. Kate's, etc. And so I'm thinking that I want to go in also representing RDI. And when I speak with them, then I can talk about it. In a $25 membership, who wouldn't do that? That's
Right.
almost free, you know, and for
Right.
what you get. And I, in the last textbook, I wrote a lot about the importance of networking, of getting in the industry, of how that can help your career, and getting to know, you never know when you're going to meet your next boss, etc. So, so I am going to do that to help.
Well,
and actually, now that I know that, that's great.
Thank you, Judy. Yeah, and make sure that you let them know if they want to search online, to make sure they're searching under Retail Design Institute. Just a quick tidbit for anybody that's listening. When somebody searches the internet for RDI, they do not come up with the institute.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are trying to move everybody towards saying Retail Design Institute. Plus it just sounds a little nicer. Okay. But absolutely, Judy, I mean, we would love for you to do that. We do have some professors from some of the colleges. I know some of the professors at FIT here in New York actually make it mandatory for their classes to join the Institute as members and attend events. And that's a great thing too, because that shows that they truly are invested in their students and their students' future within the industry.
Okay, thank you. Love you guys.
We love you, Judy. Thank you so much. Okay, I see Susan should be coming on. Hi, Susan.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from Canada. I have a question, because during this whole time, people have been able to join into events that they normally would not be able to because they don't live in our instance, we have the New York chapter. So people from all over the world have been able to join that, and people that don't have chapters where they live. So now, as we start thinking about doing in-person events and trying to encourage some of those people to actually pay to join, do you have maybe some advice for how, I don't know, like how do we tell them that there's still value in it if they don't have in-person events to go to? Is there something that we might do for some of those people so that they feel like they still need to join and be part of it? Will we still have some virtual things, or I'm not sure. That's, I guess, my question.
Yeah, absolutely. Lindsay, do you want to field this one?
Sure. So we have committed to continuing virtual events, and the chapters are working diligently to figure out how they can best do hybrid events. So for folks who feel comfortable showing up, that benefits them, but we can also live it in a certain way to the rest of the world who wants to participate. And that goes back to my call to action for some techies to help us navigate that space, because we're all designers. So how do we make it best for everyone?
So I wonder, if somebody is like I have somebody in my mind that joined the New York chapter, lives in another country, right? So now it comes time to actually join and pay. Does she join the New York chapter? Does she just join the New York chapter? And
Yes,
the rate be the same as it would be
yes.
for anybody going to in person?
Yes. So we've always had members who've lived, outside of their chapter area. Many of our chapters cover multiple states. And I understand what you mean about they haven't been able to attend the events live and in person. But as a member of the Institute, you're always able to go to any chapter's events. So that's a great thing. And again, with the ability to do the events as a hybrid model where they are live in person, but also online at the same time, is really going to give our members a little bit of access to the content that they'd be missing. Of course, networking events are a little bit different, and you won't be able to network as much. All international events, for the most part, will continue to be online virtual events, unless there is something surrounding one of the major shows that's coming up or something like that. But there will definitely still be Zoom meetings for our members.
Okay.
I also want to mention too that most chapters are all recording their meetings that are virtual, and they're available on our YouTube page. So the Retail Design Institute does have a YouTube page. Some of our chapters actually have their own page as well. So our members are able to subscribe to these YouTube channels and be able to go in and see the events there as well to catch up if they missed something.
I wanted to add too, you don't have to by default choose the New York chapter. People get creative on which chapters they want to join. Like for instance, I know someone who may live in New York they call on people that live in Atlanta. So they'll join the Atlanta chapter because that's where their base is. So we can help you get creative if you want to figure out where someone might best fit.
Thank you, Susan. Okay, is there anybody else that has any comments, would like to chat, come on screen with us and share some thoughts? Now is the time to get some
knowledge.
Yes. Don't be scared. Also, if you don't want to appear on camera, you don't have to turn your camera on. We all know there's some days that we all need to leave that camera turned off. So do not be embarrassed. Okay, we have another question from Ken. Hi, Ken, welcome back. Oh, we've got you muted, Ken.
Okay, yes, thank you. It was good to see the Canadian representation, and I know as we get caught up in local chapters, we forget about some of the activities on the international. Could you bring us up to date a little bit on international development, international chapters, and how we are in fact connecting in different ways across the globe.
Absolutely. So lots have been happening with international chapters. We are working very hard to revitalize and bring back to life our Hong Kong chapter, which got a very robust start, and then the pandemic kind of slowed it down quite a bit. So Janet and I have been on many early morning or late night calls with Asia, and we are working hard to revitalize the Hong Kong chapter. Our Madrid, Barcelona chapter and our Brazil chapters are doing very well. And we are working hard also to integrate those chapters so that we truly feel like one international organization. That is one of our main goals from the International Executive Board, is to truly be able to bring it all together, even encouraging the Brazil chapter, for example, to hold an English-speaking event virtually, so that all of our members will be able to attend and see some of the amazing content that they put on. So we are working very hard on that. Lindsay, do you have anything to add?
I think you hit it all.
One quick thought that you just mentioned would be consideration of somehow bringing together key members or a president from these international chapters to some kind of town hall event, so we can meet and listen to what they're doing and maybe see some examples of what retail RDI activities are in Asia or Brazil or Canada or whatever.
I think that's a great idea, Ken. Really, thank you for that. And I will reach out to our Spain and Brazil chapters, and hopefully by the time we have our next town hall, Hong Kong will have a full board back up and running, and we'll be able to do something like that. It may be a little harder for Hong Kong to join us, however, because they are 12 to 13 hours away from us, depending on where in that chapter they are located. But the thought has crossed my mind about having them pre-record something that we can play for our other members here. We're looking to do events. One other thing as well is we're looking to collaborate more with other industry associations and organizations.
Yes.
So, be on the lookout. For example, we had a very successful webinar showcasing our awards along with the Shop Association. We're working on a new event collaboration with Shop right now that will highlight retail around the globe. So keep an eye on your inboxes for that. I think you're all going to love the content that comes out of that offering as well.
Exactly, and maybe an international presentation of the competition and winners could be presented and have actually maybe some of the key participants do the presentation instead of just local people trying to get through it and add insight into their work.
Yes, some great ideas, Ken. I love it. Anything that you have to add, keep on letting us know, keep on emailing us. This is exactly why we decided to have this town hall, was to really update our members on the goings on and hear your thoughts and hear you've given us some really great ideas for the future. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I did serve as international VP, and back in those days, we had a lot of events at the chapters once a year, and we had great workshops and tours of the cities all over the country. I even traveled a lot of international and visited Canadian chapter and was in Hong Kong and places. So I know we can connect if we make the extra effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, does anybody else have any questions or comments that they wanted to share with us? We are open. I do want to mention very quickly that we are also working very hard to bring you an amazing awards celebration coming up in the fall to recognize the winners of the 50th anniversary of our awards. So it's going to be fun, and it's something that all of our members will be able to attend. So keep an eye for more details on that. It's something we've been working very hard on, and we're really excited to share with you all. Oh, I see we have a question from Justin. Hello, Justin. You are, oh, there you are. You are muted though.
So you were talking about doing the collaboration, and I wondered if there had ever been any collaboration between Retail Design Institute and IAPA, because with the trajectory of retail design kind of heading towards a more robust experiential experience for the customer, perhaps IAPA would have some insight that they could add. And as well, a lot of the attractions also have retail spaces within them. So there might be some good crossover insights that could be gathered there. Just a thought.
I think that's a great thought, Justin. I have to say, I'm surprised you didn't raise your hand earlier. Justin is really great. For all of you who do not know, he is actually a member of the International Communications team. So all of the communications that you see coming out, he is partially responsible for. So big kudos to you, Justin. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. But I think that's a great idea. And I would love to discuss that further with you and how we can get some collaboration going there.
Sounds good.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have anything that they wanted to bring to the table today? Okay, so, oh, I see another one. Come on back, Ken.
Well, I could not pass up talking about entertainment retail. That's been my whole life. And I've been a member of IAPA. I've been to many of their conferences. They are huge. They are really key. And as the entertainment theme park industry comes back and reopens, they're going to have to be reinvented. They're going to have to be updated. And I think there's great opportunity to collaborate with organizations like the entertainment industry. That was and will continue to be a major growing opportunity. So that's been something I've always had a passion for. As most of you know, I've worked in it. And I think we need to connect where we can with the entertainment groups.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's, you know, we've realized how important it is to, for all of the organizations within retail to kind of join together and help one another right now. It's always been important, in my opinion, but it is more important than ever right now, as so many people have just been affected within the last year by everything going on in the world, and challenges and changes, and whatever ways we can bring people together and help them to whether it's find jobs. I got a great message the other day from one of our members who tuned into the very first career building web series focused on, resume writing. And I put it out there and I said, anybody who wants the panelists to take a look at your resumes, send them over to me. And she sent over her resume, and our panelists critiqued the resume, and she emailed me to say, thank you so much for putting that on. I found a job. So that's the kind of feedback that I love from our collaborations and our working hard to give our members what they're looking for. And, again, collaboration with other organizations and bringing everybody together as one retail design industry, I see as the future.
Great. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ken.
Cynthia, I see a question from Judy asking how many members are attending our call today. Do you have that number?
Judy, I don't see that number. I think Dina can go ahead and answer that for you from the back end. We did get quite a few registrations. However, I can share with you that for every online event we do, we usually end up with about half actually attending live. And then the other half will go in and view via our YouTube page. So again, just another friendly reminder to go ahead and check our YouTube page and catch up on any events that you may have missed. Again, Lindsay only mentioned a few of the events that have happened chapter-wide and organization-wide, but there are more.
And chapters have their own YouTube pages too. Some do. So look out for those as well.
Right. And if you're not following the Retail Design Institute via social media and LinkedIn, please follow us. And also your individual chapters, all for the most part, do have LinkedIn pages and their own social media as well. And it's really a great way for you to stay involved and stay up to date with everything happening within the Institute.
And it is easier, I'd say now, to find all the chapters on social media because we did a fun branding push this year where everyone was kind of told and challenged to make their own chapter version of the logo. So you're not just searching and seeing the same thing over and over and wondering which group you're a part of. So I thought that was a really fun thing.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Lindsay, Janet, do you have anything else that you wanted to share to our members today?
Nope, just thank you. Nothing other than a big thank you. This was wonderful, and we are here for you, and we're happy that this was well received, and I appreciate all the participation today.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing everybody again soon.
Yes, and continue sending that feedback. Your voice matters to us. Thank you so much for attending today. We really appreciated having you here and being able to update you, and we look forward to the next one. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.